Alright, let's take a look at a few options for hyperparameter tuning. Remember, hyperparameters is something that we as data scientists have to choose. Yeah? I'll give you two examples here. I got two hyperparameters. One is alpha with values 1, 3, 5. I set these values. Yeah? You could add other numbers as well. Yeah? That's just a list of potential values of alpha. And then you have beta, and the values for beta we will look at 2, 4, and 6. Yeah? 2, 4, and 6. Okay, now let's take a look at grid search. And grid search we tried to use here, and it didn't really work. I mean, it probably worked, but I had to wait forever. Yeah? So what is grid search? Well, basically you're going to try out all the combinations possible with these two hyperparameters. Yeah? So I've shown a grid here, and we will actually try this, all of them. Right? So you see I have 6 or 2 times 3 parameters, but I have 9 combinations possible. Yeah? Each junction here is a combination. What are the issues? Well, it's brute force. You take all the combinations. Yeah? The second issue is you don't learn from the past. Yeah? You just take all combinations, plain and simple. Yeah? So when to use? Well, you can imagine that it's going to take a long time to go through the data set. So when to use? When D is small, data set is small, and we have a limited hyperparameters. And you can see why this will be slow, right? Because you gotta go through all the training set and then cross-validate for that single point. For that point, again, go through the whole training set and cross-validate. So you have to go 9 times through that training set and cross-validate. In the coding session, we will use cross-validation or k-fold cross-validation. Yeah? And basically what it is, well, you have your data set and you make 5 versions out of it. And you split it in 5 pieces. And the first time you do cross-validation on this piece. The second time on this piece. The third time on this piece. This is particularly interesting if your data set is small. Yeah. So and basically what you do is you take the average performance of these 5 cases. Yeah. In the code that we will write, you will see a parameter CV of cross-validation equal to 5. Standard, we use 5 times cross-validation. Okay, let's now move to random search. Well, random search says that you will sample from the grid. Yeah? You will sample a few points. Yeah? Here you go. Yeah? And that's a little bit more efficient. Yeah? But you still don't learn from the past. So I tried random search as well. On this case, it didn't work really well. Yeah? I've tried grid search here, and it worked really well because these two data sets are small data sets. Yeah? That's the main reason. So we need a more efficient way to find our ideal hyperparameters.